Hello, Jordan. Welcome to this Instagram Live. I'm very happy to be with you here today. How are you, Jordan?
I am very, very well, and I'm super happy to be on this live today. It feels like such a long time since I've seen you,
Yes,
as I mean, it's probably only been like 4 or 5 weeks, but normally used to seeing you on a regular basis. So yeah, this is very nice. It's nice to be able to get on a call and to share this topic.
amazing. Yeah, today we're talking about our city retreats because I know that
Mm.
many of you have questions and came to us asking about what is going to happen, how it's going to work, what we are going to be doing for 2 days, so many hours there together. And I know there are so many questions. So yeah, we are going to use this Instagram Live to talk more about the city retreats. We're going to talk more about what we are going to be doing, what is going to happen, the typical output, the typical results of
Mhm.
city retreats. And although we already sold around 70% of the tickets, and there are still just a few tickets, but we want to have this conversation so that the participants can get prepared and they know what to expect in those city retreats. So are you excited, Jordan, for those city retreats?
I'm very excited. I think, yeah, last year when we were doing all these big, large workshops, we were doing the tours, it was really, really special to see so many people and to meet so many different faces. And some of them we saw multiple times because they came back because they really enjoyed the whole experience. But I know it was very tiring and it took a lot of time, effort, commitment to be able to do it. So I'm really looking forward to how it's sort of evolving into this 2 day city retreat. And actually, I'm excited about having this conversation because I want to know a deeper dive into the whole thing as well. So, I've got a good idea about what's going on, but I think I'm going to learn a little bit more as well. So, maybe for those who are watching, either that they've already got a ticket and they're just preparing for the event, or maybe someone who's thinking about it and not 100% sure. What would you say would be the difference between attending, say, one of our workshops that we've done before, or someone attending any sort of breathwork workshop, or maybe someone who's attending, say, a yoga retreat? What would be the difference on these type of experiences compared to the 2 day city retreat? What would you say they're going to get instead?
Yeah, it's going to be very different. So if you join one of our workshop last year in our tours, so you came for around 4 hours, 3 hours, 30 minutes, something like that. And then you tried the holosomatic method. And it was like, yes, a few practices. They were very intense. We were very fast because we didn't have so much time. So in a very short period of time, you were able to go deep inside to see so many things, to experience so many things. It was very transformative. But something that we were missing, and also the feedback we got from the participants, is that they wanted to go even deeper and they wanted to have some more time for integration as well and to have even more healing, more transformation. So those city retreats are experiences for like around 16 hours, 15 hours, where we are going to go from zero to very deep layers. So we are going to go step by step. We're going to meet ourselves. We are going to go deep inside. We're going to connect, for example, with our inner child. We are going to work with traumas from the past. We are going to do different exercises for emotional releases. We are going to learn some tricks to regulate our nervous system so that we can use it in the future. It's not only about trauma healing or having a great experience. It's also about to learn something that you can apply in the future. You can apply
Mm.
on a daily basis. So the big difference, for example, with a yoga retreat is that this is going to be focused on the holosomatic method. And as you know, Jordan, the holosomatic method is breath work, body work, and energy work. So there's no yoga. We don't do yoga. Although sometimes we do some kriyas from, for example, Kundalini yoga, or we do something from Kriya yoga as well. But the basics are not yoga. And also a
Mm.
big difference between a breathwork session or a breathwork workshop and this retreat is that those sessions, normally the 3 hour sessions or 4 hour sessions, are based on just one experience. You go deep inside. And the thing that is that sometimes people come to those workshops and they're coming, for example, with stress because maybe they were
Mm.
working, they were at the office, they come to the experience, and then they are not able to surrender. They're not able to go deep inside. They are really thinking about tomorrow. They're thinking about job. They're thinking about the boss, whatever. They're thinking about
Mm.
the problems with the family, etc. And then once we are finishing the workshop, some people say, now I'm going deep inside. Please, let's stay longer because now is the interesting part is coming, and we don't have so much time for that. So this is why we have created this format, so that we have more time. And then we go step by step and we discover new things. And then the experience is going to be evolving. So we're going to
Mm.
basic practices, and little by little, we're going to evolve the experience. And the interesting thing is that everyone is going to have a different, completely different experience. This is the interesting part about
Mm.
retreats.
Yeah, amazing. What really springs to mind for me is like when we do, say, on-site teacher trainings or when we run actual like 4-day retreats or something like that, what tends to happen is people have a really profound experience, and then the next thing they're going to do, it sort of springboards off of the first one. So they go deeper in the next one, and then they go deeper. Where, as you say, with a normal breathwork workshop or say one of the experiences we did before, it's one experience, but then what? You have to wait 3 months until you have another one. So it's like you can't go as deep through the layers. So this really, yeah, makes a lot of sense now. So what type of practices will we be doing? I know you said some breath work, body work, and energy work. Is there any type of things that you can sort of share about what we're going to be doing actually over those 2 days?
Yeah, so we're going to be working with breath work, with body work, and energy activation as well, or tantra practices. So we're going to be doing different practices, also including, for example, Kundalini yoga, mindfulness, meditation, and also educational talks. We are going to be talking about trauma. We're going to talk about somatic therapies. We will be talking about, for example, the connection between some diseases and emotions, some issues in the body, etc.
Mm.
So the target is to have different practices from different angles, different perspectives. So sometimes it's going to be very subtle. And then with this subtleness, you're going to discover a new layer about yourself. If, for example, you are used to do very intense practices, very intense, for example, breath work or body work or any kind of practice, so the subtleness is going to help you to reach a different
Mm.
level. So it's going to help you understand new things about yourself. And there will be moments where we go very deep inside, where we are going to somehow confuse you. You know that we use the headphones. With the
Mm.
headphones, we are using binaural beats. We are using also solfeggio frequencies, different solfeggio frequencies that are helping you activate different chakras, different parts of the body. With these frequencies and with these sounds, we are going to surprise you, and we are going to bring you to different states. And in these states, we're going to apply neuro-linguistic programming. We are going to apply also hypnosis. So we're going to apply different techniques to reprogram your mind, to bring, for example, to work with the law of manifestation, to tuning into your new potentials, what you want to achieve in life. It's about also trauma release. It's about understanding your limiting beliefs, your patterns. So we are going to play with the brain waves, with different brain waves, with different sounds, with different types of movement as well, to reach different emotions, different states, and also a different consciousness. It's a consciousness that you cannot access now on a daily basis. It's a consciousness
Mm.
that is there, that is available to all of us. And then with those practices, we can go deep inside. We can go into a state of being surrender, of being really open to receive, open to see, open to feel. And in this state of openness is when we can change things. We can create new neurological patterns, for example, pathways. We can reprogram the mind. We can learn new beliefs. We can really understand what we want. We can set boundaries. We can make those boundaries to be respected, etc., etc.
Wow, this sounds like rather than just turning up and then something might happen, it seems like this is going to be a lot more very specific. And if someone comes with particular intentions and stuff, it sounds like, you know, with all the different practices together, you're going to be able to definitely tap into what it is that you're working with. It sounds super, super exciting. So I'm guessing, as you say, sometimes it's going to be talk. So sometimes we're going to be sitting there and listening about whatever the topic is, but sometimes obviously we're going to be experiencing. What would be the split between how much we're experiencing and going deep compared to sort of listening or reflecting and sharing? What would be the split, would you say?
Yeah, we're going to avoid boring talks. So we're not going to be there for 2 hours talking about trauma, talking about psychology, or talking about breathwork, because this is not useful for anyone. We're going to be also even bored as well, talking for so much. We're going to talk about important stuff that can help you in your daily life, that can help you in your future. We're going to show you and teach different techniques that you can apply on a daily basis. So sometimes will be about receiving, sometimes will be about understanding and learning new ways of working with your body, of working with the breath, of really unlocking your potential. Okay, and sometimes it's going to be very experiential. So sometimes we're going to ask you to do some different movements, to do different breathing patterns, and those breathing patterns, those movements are going to help you to feel. Because the theory is something we can say that the whole somatic method is amazing and you can achieve so many beautiful things, but the most important thing is to experience. So it's going to be very experiential. As I said earlier, we're going to start from zero. So if you don't have experience, it's okay. It's completely okay, because we're going to start with basic things. Sometimes I also discovered that sometimes people who come with more experience, sometimes they are missing the basics because they are in an advanced level. And then the simple fact of doing some more subtle techniques can be really powerful for them. So we're going to start from zero, and then we're going to unlock, we're going to peel new layers every time, a new layer, new layer, new layer. We are also going to invite them to bring the yoga mat. So we're going to be sitting on the floor or doing practices on the floor, sitting, laying, standing. So we're going to be moving a lot. So it's not like a stuck position for the whole day. So this is not going to be the target. So there is a lot of movement. There is a lot of exploration of the body. We're going to explore the body. We're going to feel the body. So it's a exploration, retreat, I would say. It's like a laboratory where you use your body and then you discover new things about yourself. It's like, okay, I'm going to test my body. What is happening when I do this kind of breathing? What happens when I touch my body in this way, when I move in this way? So it's about understanding new parts of you.
I love that you say that sometimes the more subtle practices are actually the more profound. That I know that that's definitely been the truth for me as well. I like a deep and intense experience, but sometimes the subtle stuff is actually the thing that's making more of an impact. And I guess also having this combination of sometimes doing, some sharing and doing some more educational type bits, it's going to be more trauma informed, because if you just try to push hard and you try to go deep all the way through, it's not going to be so great for people's health. So for those who have been along to maybe a 3.5, 4 hour workshop, it's not going to be like that for the full day, right?
Yes, if not, it would be really dangerous for all of us, even for us as facilitators. So it's not going to be so intense the whole time. So it's going to be the right intensity. It's the intensity that you need, because you don't need so much intensity for a very long period of time, because it can overwhelm your nervous system, and then you're going to end up worse than when you came to the retreat. So it's important to make it in a safe way, and this is something that we always do in our workshops, in our events, is to be trauma informed and to do it in a way that you don't traumatize yourself, you don't re-traumatize yourself, you don't create false memories that you are creating because you are in this altered state of consciousness. So this is something that we always try to avoid.
And how would you see someone to feel after doing a 2-day city retreat? How would someone feel after doing this? How would you imagine? How do you see it happening?
The target is to have a transformative experience. And then after 2 days, you know what you need in your life. You understand what you need to change. You have a plan for your life. So after these 2 retreats, you know what needs to be changed. And then you have clear steps in your mind. Okay, I want to change this in my life. I want to quit my job. I need this job. Or maybe it's not the right time to quit my job, but these are the next steps for the next months. So it's about discovering what you need. And it's going to be very practical, because we don't just want to have an experience to be overwhelmed, and after 2 days you go back home, you go back to your office on Monday, and then you feel like, what's happened to me? So it's like coming back, or like getting like some cold water on the face, and then coming back to a different reality. It's like, okay, this is not what I experienced in the retreat during the weekend. So it's about really understanding what you want, creating steps, having baby steps, having more clarity in your life, understanding what you are going to be changing. And then those steps are going to help you to really achieve the output that you want, the state that you want in your life.
Wow. So it sounds like finishing the 2 days with a lot of clarity and also like sort of an action plan, something to help to start to put in the new insights, the new realizations into place. It sounds like it's
Exactly.
going to be, yeah, I want to book on. I'm ashamed that I'm going to be on the other
No, you
side of
need.
things.
I need you with me.
Okay. So what kind of emotional release or breakthroughs would you say? Obviously, that we've seen in the workshops before. What would you expect in these type of 2-day events?
So in holosomatic methods, we can achieve different results. Some people are having insights about their lives, so they understand what they want. Some people are healing trauma, but not only healing trauma, they are healing diseases, they are healing symptoms. That people coming saying, I had depression, and after a few sessions, I don't have this depression anymore, according to my psychologist, according to my therapist. People who are healing, for example, asthma. Different diseases and symptoms can be healed with the holosomatic method. There will be people who understand what they want. They understand which techniques they can use on a daily basis to feel more energized, to feel more powerful, to feel more empowered. So it can be that, okay, maybe I'm not healing anything specific, but now I know how to feel more empowered. I know how to, for example, feel stronger because I don't have so much energy. I wake up every day, I have no energy. It's really hard for me. I waste half an hour on the bed trying to get up. So what can you do in order to feel more energized, to avoid all this time that is wasted? So it can be really many different outputs. It's basically holosomatic method is going to give you what you need. So it might be that you need more insights for your life, for your professional career. This is what you're going to get. It might be that you need to heal something in your body. You have, for example, a lot of stagnation blockages. You have pain in your body. It might be that is removed. It might be inflammation in the body. You know, we have people sometimes coming with inflammation in different parts of the body, and then we can even release this inflammation with breathwork, with the holosomatic method. So this method is going to give you what you need. And the interesting thing about this practice is that you might come, for example, with the intention of, okay, I want to change my career. And then this is my only intention. I just want to change my career. But then you are doing the practices, and then you realize that actually you have this trauma. Actually, you didn't receive the love that you needed when you were a baby, a kid, for example, or actually you have some pain in your chest because it's due to breaking up with your partner 4 years ago, for example. Okay, and then you realize that there are many things impacting your life. There are many things impacting your happiness. So what can you do with those blockages? Because those blockages are limiting your potential, are limiting your vision, and not letting you know what your career should be, or which career you would like to have, or what kind of job you would like to do. So when we remove those blockages, we can see and we can realize that, hey, you know what? I don't need to be a manager. I don't need to get like the approval from the society, from my family. I don't need to show to the people that I'm like this, I have wealth, or I have this or that. So you're going to become more pure, more authentic. And authenticity is a very important element that we try to achieve with the holosomatic method.
Wow, I love it. I'm super excited already. And is there any sort of past stories that sort of come to mind from previous retreats that we've run about people and their experiences that they've had and the breakthroughs that they've seen?
Yeah, there are many stories. They are really, I think at some point we should like document all the stories, because there are so many transformational stories from people healing diseases, people healing also not only body diseases, mental diseases as well. People, for example, crying for the first time after 30 years. People really connecting to something bigger than themselves, realizing that they are not alone, realizing that they have everything they need, that they are loved, that they don't need anything external, they don't need anyone outside to be happy. So there is so many stories of transformation that is, wow, it's really beautiful. When I see sometimes the reviews, and I feel like, okay, I need some love, some nurturing testimonials, so that then I go to the testimonials, I see the what some people say, and it's really amazing to see that this method is so powerful and it's changing so many lives. And it can really continue changing your life. Some people come to just one session, and sometimes we did like 3-4 hour sessions,
Hmm.
but still after a few weeks, after a few months, still they have the voice of the method. They have
Mm,
a voice saying, keep breathing, or connect to your heart, or feel this or feel that. And then this is changing their lives. So it's a seed. It's a seed that
mm,
is still there, and is keeping them on the right track. So this is unbelievable how much potential those techniques have, because we can really go deep inside. Because as I said, with those sounds, with binaural beats, with the solfeggio frequencies, you can really change, manipulate somehow the brain so that you can go deep inside, and then you can really change things in a positive way, of course,
mm.
not in a negative way. And then with those changes, you can really transform your life.
So if someone's never done anything like breath work, body work, or energy work, is this not a great place to start? Do you need to have some like foundational understanding, or do you need to have practiced a certain amount before doing it? Or would you say it's okay for beginners as well? Because it's, it seems like it's a lot of work.
Yeah, it's a lot of work, but if you are an open-minded person, if
Hmm.
you're open to try new things, it's going to be great. If you're coming being skeptical and thinking no and judging, so it's going to be hard for you to really
Mm.
surrender. It might cost you maybe one day until you can really go deep inside. But if you are coming open-minded and okay, let's try, let's see what happens, it's going to be so profound. It's going to be so transformative. It's going to be amazing.
And during the 2 days, I know some people, when it comes to these like bigger type of events, and we're going to talk about how big, but I mean, when you come together with a group of people, some people aren't the most confident and they're quite shy. Is there going to be activities where you need to be able to partner up with people, where you need to share and things like that? Like if someone isn't super confident, will they be put into situations where they're going to maybe not feel too comfortable?
All the practices that we are going to do in the city retreats are optional, meaning that, for example, if we invite you to make a movement, to breathe in a particular way, and you don't feel comfortable, you can say no. And it's going to be completely okay. It's important to listen to your body, to listen to your intuition. If, for example, we invite you to talk, to share with a person next to you, and you feel like, no, it's not the right thing for me, it's completely okay. We're going to respect you.
Mhm.
And this is it's going to be perfectly fine. This is what your body is needing today. And maybe this is helping you to, for example, set boundaries and to learn
Mm.
how to set boundaries and how to say no. So it's actually part of your transformational journey. So this is what you are going to need. Of course, we're not going to be we're not going to have so many sharing or partner activities. So 95% of the activities are going to be alone. So it's going to be with yourself, with your own breath,
Mhm.
with the movement, with body work, with yourself.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. And when it comes to people, okay, so they don't have to have loads of experience beforehand, but what if they've got different health conditions and things like that? Like, who is this safe for, and who is it not safe for? Because obviously, it's not for everyone doing these practices.
Yeah, it's very important to check the contraindications. There is a list of contraindications on the website. And then, for example, people who have some issues with the heart or blood pressure, or for example, some specific mental diseases as well, or epilepsy as well, pregnancy. So those are contraindications because the practices that we do are very intense. It doesn't mean that the whole somatic method cannot help all these people. It means that the retreat is going to be so intense, and we cannot we cannot be with you next to you all the time. It's not going to be a
Mm.
one-on-one session. It's going to be a group session. So if you have any of these contraindications, it's better not to participate because it might be too much for you. So it's not going to be healthy. And for us, health is the priority number one. So we are there to heal. We are there to feel better. And we don't want to come with contraindications that can make us feel worse.
Okay, so as long as they double check the contraindications,
Yes.
everything's going to be fine from there.
Yeah.
And I know, as you say, safety is the most important thing. It's all going to be trauma informed, so that's going to make sure that anyone who has any experience of trauma, PTSD, and things like this,
Mhm.
they're going to be in a safe and supported environment. So, what would you say is your favorite part of facilitating these type of retreats?
I have many favorite parts of those retreats. You can also share, Jordan, actually. For me, still, one of the things is when I get the feedback and when people are coming and saying, this is the first time I have cried for 30 years. Or I came with this inflammation in my knee and then I don't have inflammation anymore. Or I realized that I need to forgive someone, or I need to quit my job, or I realized. So it's those insights when people come with those stories, this is really amazing. It's like, wow, it's really working. It's like it works. People are transforming their lives. So this is one of my favorite parts. Another part is when we are in the practices and then you see the energy of the whole group and people are really breathing or moving or doing something, and then people really are transforming their lives, and you can see in the face, you can see in the body that something very powerful is happening there. So this is like, wow, this is I think in those moments is when I feel like I love my job. I love what I do. This is my mission. I want to be doing this forever, every time.
Yeah.
How about
I
you,
love
Jordan?
For me, like, I love the first things that comes to mind is like when new people are arriving and some people are like super nervous, and like you just have an initial conversation and they're like concerned and things like that. And I love having that sort of initial check-in and then seeing how they evolve over the actual experience, because at the end they're like, oh my God, you're right. I'm so happy that I was here and I'm so happy this. And it's like, because I know that these people are going to be fine, even if they're nervous and things. And particularly like if someone has quite a big experience, like they have a large emotional release and it's like very intense for someone, what I like is afterwards. So afterwards, when they've come back, because knowing that it doesn't matter how intense the experience is, they're having the experience meant to have, like, it's their body that's doing it. So it's going to be safe as long as they're cared for and as long as, you know, we resource when they need to be resourced and stuff. So it's like, it's having these people really transform. It's having them share how profound the experience was, where at times it can seem like, wow, that's very, very intense, but actually it's always it's always going to be a transformational experience. And I think it's that transition, like the person turning up and they're first of all nervous and then they're like, wow, or someone who's really deep in it and having a very, very big experience, and then afterwards they're like, big things have shifted. I think they're my two sort of favorite sort of elements to it,
Amazing.
for sure.
Yes. And I see a comment here from Claire on Facebook. She said, I did 2 of your short workshops and they have been life changing for me. Thank you so much for sharing, Claire. So this is what I mean, what we mean. It's like, wow, it can transform in a very short period of time. It can transform so much, so many lives.
Yeah, I mean, I know from my personal experience of being on the receiving end of these practices and stuff like that, it's unbelievable. And sometimes it's like, it's very obvious, but sometimes it's also like under the surface, like, oh, actually, I haven't done that, or I haven't been like this for a while. And it's like, wow, it really works on so many different levels. It's really, really special. So with these 2 days, then, I know you mentioned about people bringing a yoga mat. Is there anything else that people would need to bring with them when it comes to these 2-day city retreats?
So a yoga mat, a blindfold, ice mask can be also very useful as well. We're going to have anyway a shop with blindfolds, but yeah, maybe you want to bring yours. A blanket as well can be very helpful, because sometimes when we are doing those practices, the body is getting cold, so it's good to have a blanket. And also sometimes we feel more vulnerable, so the body is getting like needs some safety. So the blanket can give the sensation of safety. So the blanket is highly recommended. And a bottle of water as well, an empty bottle of water as well, because we need to drink more often than our normal life. Okay, so these are the most important elements. The rest is going to be there. It's going to be provided there.
And in regards to, like, you said about water, what about food? What's included food-wise? What would they still need to get organized themselves?
Lunch is going to be included, so we're going to have different options. They are going to be gluten-free, lactose-free, and we're going to have also a vegan option as well. So meals will be included for lunch, only lunch, and then we're going to have also a couple of breaks with coffee, tea for the ones of you who need like a coffee. So coffee is going to be available, some pastries or some snacks there as well. although we don't recommend to eat so much, but we're going to have enough food, enough drinks for everyone.
Yeah, so you got to try to keep the energy up, but you don't want to be coming to each practice with a very full belly because, yeah, it's not going to
Yeah,
be too comfortable. It's not going to be the ideal situation.
right.
And what about accommodation? So these 2-day city retreats, what's the accommodation situation?
The accommodation is not included. If you have the chance to book a room maybe in the same hotel, then it's going to help you to not be outside in the subway or like in public transportation, because this is something
Mhm.
that we recommend not to use during those events. But yeah, you will need to look for your accommodation.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, as you say, local hotels, Airbnb, something like this would be a smart option to
Mm.
be able to go for.
And
And
something very important is
yeah.
to think about what is going to happen after the retreat, because sometimes we need to work on
Mm,
Monday. So really think if you need one day off, and then if you would like to just stay at home and then integrate, or maybe if you are traveling, you're coming to London, to Munich, and then you would like to spend just one day there doing some sightseeing. So really plan maybe at least one day to be off and to
yeah.
recover, to process, to integrate, because you will need it.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would definitely say, yeah, definitely plan at least one day afterwards. Because, yeah, if people are rushing back to busy family lives, busy work life, and things like that, it can be very overwhelming. But having that day just to integrate, yeah, it's the smartest way to experience the whole thing. And obviously, the language, it's all going to be in English. Is that right? Yeah.
Yes, with the Spanish accent in my case.
Yeah, I won't be able to do very good translations of anything, so I'm glad that we're going to be
You have very good
English
English,
around.
Jordan,
Yeah,
so you have
yeah,
time. Yeah,
I've been working on my English, so this is getting better.
amazing.
And how many people do you expect in the retreats?
For these city retreats, we're going to have around 200 people. So this is the maximum
Wow.
capacity that we have, because the hotels are limited, the space is limited, and then we are facilitating those in hotels with a carpet, so it feels more comfortable, more
Mhm.
cozy. There's privacy, so it's not like outside. So we are going to have a lot of privacy, and the spaces are going to be very cozy, very very comfortable, and yeah, maximum 200 people.
Nice. And I think what I'm gonna particularly like about it is the whole you get to meet people and you get to sort of create those connections over the duration. Because yeah, when we do the workshops, you meet people, you quickly connect, and sometimes, social media, they send a message or something like that, but it's very, very quick. Where there's multiple touch points. And I think that's what's really, really nice. Because I don't know, from my perspective, this was a completely new world for me. So once I started to do these practices and everything, it was like I didn't know anyone else who talked in all this stuff. So it was really nice to connect with people and yeah, to meet people who are also on this same journey as well. So that's the thing that I think yeah, is going to be really, really special with this compared to doing, say, the one-off workshops.
Amazing. Amazing. Thank you for
Yeah.
sharing, Jordan. And I see also a comment here from Anna Maria on the chat.
Mm.
She's actually here with us. My favorite part is when people are at the end of the practice, beautifully genuine, crying, laughing, feeling gratitude and love, when they embrace the experience and connect with the true self. Thank you for sharing, Ana Maria.
Yeah.
And if there is anyone with any questions or any sharing you would like to share, whatever, so feel free to write in the chat box. Also, if you are watching the recording, feel free to ask any questions and ask your questions. Maybe you still have some questions. And nice to
I,
see you, Jazz, as well.
I'm surprised Anna Maria didn't say it's not hugging everyone as they turn up. I thought that would be her favorite part.
Yes, this was in the past. Now with 200 people, it's too many people to hug.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
we
going to be
would love
tricky.
to hug everyone, but we don't have the time for that.
Yeah, it can be tricky. Yeah,
Yeah.
no. So yeah, Munich and London. So we've
Mhm.
got July. July is Munich, am I right?
July is London, so it's going to
London.
be
Make
middle
sure I
of
turn up at
July.
the right
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
Yes. Come to the right place, Jordan.
Yeah, Reich
I don't want
City.
to be
This
alone in,
beautiful.
yeah. Yeah, so July is going to be London and August is
London
going to
first.
be Munich.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, very, very excited. So yeah, Wembley in London, isn't it? When it comes to
Yeah,
London.
Wembley in
Yeah.
London. It's going to
Nice.
be from the 12th to the 13th of July, so middle of July in London, in Wembley. And then it's going to be Munich also downtown, Osmanhof, so a little bit to the east of the city. It's not so far away from downtown, so it's really convenient. The hotel is very convenient. It's going to be on the 9th and 10th of August in Munich.
Nice. Yeah, I liked it when we went to Munich. It was really, really good. We had a great experience each time we went to Munich. So, yeah, it's going to be nice to go back to Munich.
Yes. Yeah, and we have many students from Munich as well. So we love coming back to Munich. But we have actually many cities, that we want to come back
Mm,
as well. But maybe in the future we can do something there. But this year we didn't have so much time to plan so many
mm.
events, so many retreats, so many. Maybe next year we can plan something in other cities.
Yeah, see what's happening, see where
Yes.
things all evolve. Yeah, so I know it's very exciting times for yourself. So yeah, I think it's
Yes.
going to be exciting over the next coming months on the lead up to these retreats. So
Yes, I need to have a very interesting time as a dad. So I don't know
mm,
when the baby's coming. So I'm thinking about Sunday. So Sunday, I think is a beautiful day, but we don't know. It's going to be any
no.
day. It can be next week. It can be in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. But I feel like I have the feeling that it's going to be Sunday. I don't know why.
Wow. I know you're saying like, yeah, within the next week or so, but yeah, you've even got a
Yeah.
day. Okay,
Yes.
Sunday.
So yes, every day I wake up, every day I go to bed. It's like, okay, what is going to happen in the next hours?
Yeah.
So it's interesting.
You're going to be turning up to London, yeah, as a dad now.
As
So
a
this
dad,
is going to
yeah.
be a new experience. Yeah, wow.
Yes.
It's going to be very exciting. Well, thank you so much. Honestly, it's
Thank you,
I'm really
Julian.
looking forward to it. I was already looking forward to it. I knew it was going to be good because every workshop and every retreat and everything so far has always been good. So, but it's nice to get that deeper understanding. And of course, I'm sure many people that are listening, I'm sure they are now a lot more clear. And hopefully, if they haven't already chosen to come along, if you want to come and join us, we'd love to be able to see and
Yeah.
connect with you. Of course.
Yeah, we still have a few more spots. I think we sold out around 70%, more or less, the bridge
Mhm.
for both retreats, but still we have a few more spots.
Cool. Yeah. So hopefully we'll be able to, yeah, see a few more friends and have them come
Yes.
along, and then yeah, then we'll see and see how the 2 day city retreat goes. And I know we've got Mexico as well coming up in October.
Mm,
Mm.
yes. Yes, we are very looking forward to Mexico. Halloween in Mexico.
Halloween in
Very
Mexico.
exciting.
Have you got an outfit planned already? Your Halloween outfit?
No, not yet.
No,
Not yet.
not
Maybe
yet.
daddy
Yeah.
outfit with the, like with the baby. Yeah,
Perfect.
it's not
Yeah.
the best one. And I see here a comment from Jess. Jess is starting an online training with us. Amazing. Okay, she's starting. Great. And Claude is cannot wait to be back again. Wow. And yeah, David also wants to book the Mexico training next week. We have now at a special price. So it's going to be 14 people. So we started with super early bird price. Now we have the early bird price, and it's going to be a bit more expensive. So David, if you want to book, I invite you to do it soon. Don't wait too long because the price is going to be higher. And just no, I'm not at that yet. It's going to be soon. Maybe in the next days, next week, 2 weeks.
Very soon. Yeah. Yeah. And with Mexico, I've got 3 friends that are coming along. So I'm super excited for this.
Wow.
Yeah, really, really excited to yeah, be going to Mexico full stop.
Yeah.
That's already
With
exciting enough,
friends.
but
It
with
sounds like a
friends as
party,
well.
Mexican party. Yes.
Wow. Halloween Mexican party.
And you will finish the training with even more friends, all the participants of the
Well,
training.
this is it. Yeah, I'm going to collect some more friends. So this is good.
Yeah. It's going to be amazing because it's like in the middle of the jungle, and it was like an old Osho ashram. And
Mm,
they have a cenote, they have a swimming pool. It's like so special. It's
the
so
pictures.
special. The pictures
Wow.
are really amazing. I have never been there. But what I have heard, what I have seen is like, wow, it's really, really special. Imagine doing breathwork there in the middle of the jungle with some pure wow. I would like to be a participant.
Yeah, that pool as well, it sort of wraps around. It
Yes,
looks, and then you've got all the trees and the jungle all getting involved. It looks
yes,
like a super, super special place. So yeah, I'm
yeah. It's
very
going to be
excited for
very,
this.
very
But
special.
I don't think we're going to get too much spare time. So yeah, like you said, I'd rather be a participant because you get to then do some swimming
Yeah.
and you get to enjoy life and yeah, do all that sort of it. But it's still going to be
Mhm.
beautiful. Still going to be amazing.
Yes, it's going to be beautiful. Yeah. Amazing. Thank you so much, Jordan. And thank you so much to everyone who participated in the live today. If you are watching the recording and then you have some questions, feel free to post your questions in the comments because we can answer any possible questions. Maybe I think we try to cover everything, but there might be
Yeah.
still some questions. And I'm very excited about that city retreat because it's going to be in London, actually my first on-site event. I know that you are having
Mm,
now workshops, on-site workshops. You're having 2 workshops this
yeah.
weekend, and you're doing many different things. But for
Hmm.
me, it's going to be the first.
Yeah. On site.
Yeah, after this break, the first on-site. So I'm
Yeah.
really,
But
really looking forward.
yeah, the events I'm doing are small in comparison to these ones. They're only like, yeah, 10, 20 people or so, but it's still beautiful. It's still amazing to
Yeah, they're very
see
special.
people
Yes.
and go take people through the practices. But yeah, well, wishing you a wonderful week and hopefully the most amazing Sunday. Let's see. And yeah, best of luck
Thank
with
you.
everything that's coming your way. And we'll look forward to, yeah, London in July.
Yes, thank you, Jordan, and thank you, everyone. Have a lovely rest of the day, and yeah, be hack. Take care.
Perfect. Thank you.
Bye.
Take care. Bye bye.